Hi, I'm Stephen M. Miller. I write books about life in Bible times. There's just one thing left to do. I'll tell you about it, plain and simple. That's how a 33-year-old lawyer for the Roman Empire started making his case against the governor of Sicily, who had crucified a Roman citizen, which was illegal. Roman law protected citizens from that tortured method of execution. The lawyer was the famous Cicero, and this is the case that launched his career. He told a panel of judges, "This matter is so important that it doesn't need an eloquent speech of introduction. Indeed, I don't have any. You're not going to need it. You're going to get upset just listening to the plain facts." He says the governor, a man named Verres, arrested a Roman businessman, charged him with spying with no evidence, and then set loose the torture. He orders the man held in place, stripped, and tied up, right there in the middle of the forum. Then he ordered someone to get the rods. He orders the man violently beaten all over his body. The man didn't groan when they hit him. There was only one sound that came out of his mouth. Between the thunder of each blow, he screamed, "I am a citizen of Rome." He believed in the power of those words. He believed that the truth of this single statement could stop the beating and end his torture. Well, it didn't work. Not only did it fail to stop the rods, as he kept repeating the claim that he was a citizen, a cross. Did you hear me? A cross was prepared for this pitiful man. He had no idea that someone would abuse their power by overreaching this far. It was unthinkable. What am I supposed to say about all of this? What about the fire, the red-hot burning plates, and all the other tools of torture? Why did you do this? If the man's begging and pitiful wailing couldn't stop you, weren't you moved even in the slightest by the groaning and crying of the Roman citizens who were watching this? How dare you drag a Roman citizen to the cross? What you've just heard is part of a scene from a book I've written about what Romans had to say about crucifixion. The book is Eyewitness to Crucifixion. Crucifixion shows up in their official reports, their novels, and even some comedy sketches that are a bit bawdy. They used crucifixion to swear, too. They'd tell someone to go to hell on a cross. They wrote about the crucifixion of Jesus as well. Here are just a few lines from Roman officials, poets, and history writers who lived when Romans ruled the Mediterranean world. "I'll be buried on the cross. That's where they buried everyone in my family. My father, my grandfather. It's the family tomb." The very word cross should be forbidden in the presence of a Roman citizen. Romans shouldn't have to think of a cross, see a cross, or hear the miserable word. Officials arrested everyone who admitted to being a Christian. Some were nailed to crosses or burned alive as human torches to light the nighttime entertainment. They were nailed to the cross, upside down, and then kept alive until they starved to death. Would anyone willingly choose to be fastened to that cursed tree, especially after the beating that left him deathly weak, deformed, swelling with vicious welts on shoulders and chest, and struggling to draw every last agonizing breath? That was Seneca, an advisor to Nero, the first emperor to target Christians. This was a wrenching book to research and to write. But when we read what Romans said about crucifixion, which Seneca called the worst torture of all, we Christians are reading the family story. It's a legacy of courage left for us by our spiritual fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters. who chose the cross over denying their faith in Jesus Christ. Off and on for 300 years, depending on the emperor of the moment, Romans executed Christians for their beliefs. I think it's important we try to understand the price they paid and the devotion that compelled them. They are the answer to Seneca's question, would anyone willingly choose to be fastened to that cursed tree? Yes, they would. If you like learning about life in Bible times, welcome. I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. My mother counts those. Hey, thanks for watching. Peace to you.